My name is Sophia, and I'm 28 years old. I grew up in a small city where gossip spreads faster than wildfire. The kind of place where everyone knows your business before you even finish saying a word. It can feel comforting until it's used as a weapon. The trouble began when I was 22. My parents decided that I needed to learn respect. Only, their version of respect came with humiliation and sabotage. For 2 years, every job I applied for was rejected. Not because I wasn't qualified, but because my parents had poisoned the well. They called employers, whispered doubts about my honesty, and made sure no one in the city could trust me. I remember sitting at my tiny kitchen table late one night, staring at the stack of rejection emails. Each one felt heavier than the last. I counted my savings over and over, wondering if I could survive another month without work. I tried explaining to my parents, pleading with them, but they just shook their heads. "Maybe now you'll understand what it means to respect your family," my father said coldly. For months, I felt trapped. Friends drifted away because I had no money to go out, and some even started believing the rumors. I doubted myself constantly. Maybe I wasn't trustworthy. Maybe I truly deserved this. And then, out of the blue, something incredible happened. My great-aunt, a woman I had barely spoken to in years, called me one evening. Her voice was calm, almost secretive. "Sophia," she said, "I think it's time you knew about what I've kept for you." She explained that for years, she had anticipated the possibility of my parents trying to ruin me. She had left a hidden trust in my name, along with a set of carefully prepared documents proving my parents' lies. There were letters, notarized affidavits from neighbors and former employers, and even financial statements showing she had quietly secured money for me in case I was ever left destitute. I couldn't believe it. After years of despair, I felt a spark of hope, small but real. I took the documents to a lawyer she recommended, someone she had trusted for decades. He examined everything carefully, nodding as he went through the evidence. "This is airtight," he said. "They can't touch you, and we can fix your reputation." Armed with this proof, I applied again to a prestigious marketing firm. This was the company that had initially turned me down, whispering doubts about my honesty. I included the affidavits and letters from my great-aunt. They reviewed them thoroughly, and within a week, they called me back. Instead of a polite rejection, they offered me a lead position, a role I had only dreamed of. They told me that my qualifications were beyond reproach, and that my reputation had been unfairly tarnished. I felt a mix of relief, disbelief, and quiet triumph. Meanwhile, the legal team confronted my parents. Their attempts to manipulate me and sabotage my career were documented, undeniable, and backed by sworn statements. I wasn't involved in the confrontation directly, but I heard about it from the lawyer. My parents were shocked. They hadn't expected anyone to challenge them, much less my great-aunt. For the first time in years, I felt free. I didn't have to live in fear of their judgment. I could accept a job, take opportunities, and live my life without guilt. And the lesson became clear. Sometimes protection arrives quietly, long before it's needed. My great-aunt had trusted that truth would prevail, that one day I would receive what was rightfully mine. Walking through my city after that, I noticed the change. People who had once avoided eye contact now looked at me with curiosity or admiration. Employers who had rejected me in the past now watched with polite respect. My parents' power over my life, which had seemed so absolute, was gone. I realized something deeper that day. True respect isn't earned through fear or control. It comes from integrity, honesty, and patience. My great-aunt had understood this. My parents never had. They tried to write my story, but someone else had already written a better ending for me. Since then, I've focused on building my life fully. I travel, I work in a position I love, and I mentor younger women who have faced similar struggles. I carry my great-aunt's lesson with me every day. Justice doesn't always arrive loudly. Sometimes it waits quietly for the perfect moment. Looking back, the years of rejection and humiliation feel distant now. The pain was real, but so was the reward for enduring it. And every time I open my trust account or glance at the notarized letters she left, I feel a sense of security and validation I never thought possible. I've learned to see life differently. Power doesn't always belong to those who shout the loudest. Sometimes it belongs to those who plan quietly, wait patiently, and protect what's valuable before it's too late. My parents tried to control me, to destroy me, to erase my worth, but truth, combined with foresight and care, was stronger. Today, I walk into my office with my head held high. I know my story, I know my value, and I know that the people who tried to diminish me will never touch my future again. The hidden trust, the letters, the affidavits, they were more than just protection. They were a roadmap back to myself and proof that patience and preparation always win in the end.